Yeah.
Okay. I mean, well, it really depends on what their age is or whatever it is, but a good cycle, I guess, to start with peptides could go in a number of different ways. So I mean, I would always start with maybe like a GHRP, a growth releasing hormone peptide, like CJC, ipamorelin, or tesamorelin. I'd probably go that route to start, either one. And then I'd probably mix in a little bit BPC, maybe TB500 with those. It's hard because there's so many good ones. And the third one, I guess, is a starter because that's going to help you with recovery and all that. It's going to raise growth hormone levels, anti-aging effect. You're going to feel better. You're going to sleep better. Third one, I would say, maybe not peptide wise, but I would probably put NAD in there. And NAD would probably be the third go-to. If it had to be a peptide per se, um, it might be GHKCU then at that point. Because you're getting the skin recovery, the collagen, you got all that. So skin's looking good. You're able to grow lean muscle with the GHRP, right? And then, for the third one, it's like, I don't know, you get all the benefits pretty much from the recovery, and then at that point, being preventative. So there's a lot of things too, and that can help with repair and recovery too, as far as muscle wise or fiber. So BPC is not just I have an injury, I have to treat the injury with BPC and TB500. It's when we're making those micro tears, and as far as recovery, those things recovering faster and better. So that's kind of where it's at. That's what I would do first stack right off the bat. I mean, most people are going to be like, well, I want weight loss and this. So if I had to stack that, then I would definitely put a GLP-1. I would just switch it out. Say a GHKU, I put Retta in there, tesamorelin, and then I would do, I mean, I guess at that point you could do pretty much anything you want, but I would probably keep BPC and TB500 in there too as well.
Okay, so from what I understand, you're saying something to hit the IGF, so nighttime.
Yep.
Something that I love, connective tissue.
Yep.
Make sure that's healthy.
Absolutely.
And then kind of a base around the whole thing, skin and everything.
Yeah. And they said, well, listen, my skin's perfect. I get a great skin routine. It's glowing, whatever. Then I would add in, like I said, if they're going for weight loss or one to really lean up really good, I would go Retta. Because Retta and testosterone, I mean, that's the stack alone. I mean, that those two alone are going to change the game for somebody big time, big time. So if you have your foundation of your hormones there, if you're looking at peptides afterwards, it's all about what you're trying to achieve goal wise, because there's so many peptides that do so many different things. So from immune system, from mental clarity, I mean, even like dihexa, where they're giving this to patients that have brain damage to bring it back to create more neurons. I mean, that's a good one. Dihexa is definitely a top one. I mean, you've got a lot of research too, like on like Cmax and C-Link. So I mean, for brain clarity, mental clarity, NAD and all that. I mean, so it really depends on what you're trying to really go for. If you're saying, listen, I just want an overall all around type thing, then I would say, tesamorelin, and I would say like Retta if you're trying to lose weight, because most people are. I would say most people that call up want to lose weight. And some of those people might have hormone problems. So at that point, you got to talk them down that road and say, listen, have you had your blood checked? Not just like your cholesterol and everything, but have you really had an in-depth panel done on your hormones too as well, to look at these things? And, most people say no, or most people will say, yeah, my doctor tested me for everything, he said. And I said, okay, well, if you want to send us over the results and we can look at the results and tell you, and then when we get the results, it's like 3 tests. So it really is bare bones, and there's nothing on that hormone wise.
There you go. John's go-to cycle from the start here, guys.
Yeah.
And then
Where
we got
you get safe peptides.
Titan Medical Center.
Titan Medical Center for sure. Nationwide service, guys. All our stuff comes from U.S. licensed pharmacies, 503A pharmacies.
Just real quick, I read it wrong. No, it is the same thing. It's a starter. What is a beginner's peptide start stack? Hey, John just said what his opinion of that is.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, you got a question for us as I go through this IG. They're lighting us up. They're taking the opportunity to talk to Big John over at Titan Medical, where you can get your peptides. As we know that is what's the website that shut down? Is it still shut down?
Peptide Science.
Is it still down?
It's still down. They're done.
There you go.
It
They're
could be in
done.
the message. Message says we're out of business
Why would they get shut down, John?
because they got cease and desist letters saying that because they were putting all those things up there like GLP-1s and stuff like that. You can't do that, man. I mean, you're crossing the line when you're putting prescription drugs on there and selling them by just somebody pushing in a cart. Like I said, there's adverse reactions that can happen with some of those drugs. Not some of these peptides like BPC and such, but the GLP-1s for sure. Like you're definitely putting some risk factor there. So at that point, like they were big since 2012. I mean, they were making $7 million a month, is what I heard, which is nothing to sneeze at. And you're
Big John, I think what he meant though is, yeah, they had to stop, but there was some factors on the reason why he had to stop because of what Kennedy and everybody's doing.
Yeah.
Can you explain that part of it?
Yes, of course. So if you guys missed it, RFK went on Joe Rogan and basically said that, you know, what's going on right now is going to be gone. And what's going on now is that in the last administration, okay, they got rid of peptides. About 19 of them got banned. They put on the non-compounded list. Previous to this, U.S. compounding pharmacies, 503As, were able to compound these peptides legally. And what happened was when the government put these on the non-compound list, you know, all the compounders were like, hey, listen, we don't want to go out of business for this, or we don't want to get shut down. So they discontinued making most of these peptides. There were a couple rogue ones out there that said, you know what, this is benefiting patients too much. We're going to fight it legally, and we're going to keep producing these peptides. And thank God they did. But what happened in that point was it pushed it all to the black market and gray market because most people were getting their peptides from medical clinics. They were getting prescribed and coming from real U.S. licensed 503A pharmacies. But at that point, what happened was that gets shut down. Now you have all these patients who are taking, let's say, BPC 157 or some of these other GHRPs or whatever it is. Well, that forces them to the black market. It's just like alcohol prohibition. What happened with alcohol prohibition? They got rid of alcohol. People were still drinking. But they were going and they were drinking toilet liquor or bathtub liquor, you know, and some of this stuff killed people back then. And that's the thing. When you start going to a black or gray market, shortcuts are there. The you know, the bottom line is all that matters at that point, and people don't really care about their health. So, you know, it's a big thing, and a lot of people really weren't scared about taking black market or gray market peptides, which I don't understand that. You have somebody that is more worried about drinking a pop or soda, whatever you want to call it, than injecting a peptide that they have no idea the sterility of that peptide and no idea where it came from. It just baffles me. So, you know, you people out there that are like, oh, this is so bad, but you'll do that. I mean, you got to look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, listen, am I being hypocritical here?
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. So now RFK went on Rogan and said 14 of the 19 of those peptides are coming back for legally to be compounded. So that you know, as general public, that you're getting it from an ethical source that's doing sterility, concentration, endotoxin testing, and making sure that you are getting what you're supposed to be getting. Maybe not underdosed or maybe not even the product itself. So this is something that, you know, was a big deal and is going to become even a bigger deal. So that's why peptide science closes doors. There's a number of other ones that have closed the doors too or got shut down. So the writing is on the wall because now every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there has a peptide line. Gym owners, they're selling peptides. You know what was really messed up was at the Arnold, there was a peptide company selling these peptides directly to kids right there at the Arnold. At the Arnold. Paramount Peptides. I got the video. Like 3 people sent me these videos from what was going on there, and I just couldn't believe it. They supposedly had a doctor there doing, you know, just hanging out, but like they're selling peptides just directly to these people, which is just nuts. It's just nuts. So I don't even know how that goes down. I really don't.
Here's a question from Instagram. Somebody goes, use GLPs. Should you use it with a glucose disposal agent to absorb better?
You could. I mean, it depends on how your sugar levels are. You don't want to drop your sugar levels too much, right? So
Can you please, for us layman's persons,
okay, yeah.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry. I
Can you
apologize.
Explain that to me. I don't understand why he's asking this. What kind of things does this arise?
Sure. So He's talking about a GLP-1 and then a glucose disposal agent. Usually a glucose disposal agent is like metformin. And GLP-1s are like, Ozempic, Mounjaro, retatrutide, right? Those are like the GLPs. But then you have the glucose disposal agent. So what happens is the GLPs will bring down your sugar levels too, right? Like your A1C will drop a little bit. It's not really to control at all. And if you're a true type 2 diabetic, you might need a GLP-1 and metformin. And at that point, it's going to bring down your sugar levels. So if you don't have bad sugar levels and you take a GLP-1, you're going to be okay. But if you take a GLP-1 and let's say metformin, at the same time you have low sugar levels, it could drop your sugar too low. That's not good either, right? That's what we don't want to happen. So you don't want to go hyperglycemic and have it drop. So at that point, you can use it. Yes, I'm not telling you use it. I'm not giving you any medical advice here, but there are certain instances or situations where you can use it and it will definitely bring down sugar levels. I mean, everything has a place, but if you're not a type 2 diabetic, you probably shouldn't take a glucose disposal agent with a GLP.
I'm going to ask you to do this real quick. Will you read the question to me?
Yeah. Let me pull back up.
Sorry.
IG keeps sending these questions, by the way.
It's great.
I love it.
Yeah.
The question was, if you use DLP, should you use it with a glucose disposal agent to absorb better?
So who would that be good for? Because should you use this?
Yeah, I did. That's what I'm working great.
Like I said, like a type 2 diabetic.
Okay, so that's
levels.
diabetic people possibly or something like that.
Yeah,
I got you.
I mean, there are some people that are type 2 diabetics that are just over the line, right?
So if everything's fine with you and you're just doing this or control your eating habit, you're okay.
I mean, so you could use it. The glucose disposal agent doesn't like curb your hunger. So what it does is, and a lot of bodybuilders have been using metformin for years. It's the most studied drug out there. I mean, right? So they just put it into trials for anti-aging too, because that if we slow down cellular deterioration by less sugar in the bloodstream, then you're going to live longer. And the studies were done on 55 and older patients, and it extended life. So what happens is you let's say you're a bodybuilder and you're like, all right, well, I want to have a massive cheat meal and I want to eat all these carbs. I mean, like 2,000 carbs. I'm gonna sit down and eat this meal. You take the metformin with that meal, and what would happen is the glucose from that meal is going to be disposed. So your sugar levels are not going to spike like crazy. That's the difference, and it's going to actually help with your A1C if you take it over time. And with helping with your A1C and your sugar levels not being up, your cellular deterioration slows down, and you're going to live longer if you live. As far as that goes, unless you catch something else.
All right, Johnny, we got one in there for you for protein.
Sure. How do you like shellfish for main protein source? I don't know. I eat a lot of lobster, guys. I eat a lot of lobster. I like shellfish in general. I do. Alaskan king crab. I know Sharice does, but as your main source, I probably wouldn't have it as my main source. I'm going to look at some sort of steak as my main source, or some people go with the fish route, or some people go with the chicken route, or you switch these through. But I would the cholesterol factor in shellfish on some of them, even if you're not using butter, it's kind of dicey for me. So at that point, I would I'd probably go with like steak, chicken, or even fish. But honestly, I would try to change it up. I wouldn't even me. I'm a steak guy. There's days where that's all I eat. 3 meals a day. It's crazy. So, but I don't think that's good either. I think there needs to be balance in there, and you should get some other different types of proteins. How about you, Mike? You want to eat shellfish? Is your main protein source?
In no world.
In no world.
In no world. Absolutely. I'm going to assume, and I don't do the shopping, I'm going to assume that the shellfish is going to be a little bit more expensive. So, no. And again, fish is or shellfish would be. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next question here. All right. I came in your Q&A earlier as well. 6'5" tall, 17 years old. I play soccer for my high school. And I said earlier, I have got a bit of fat on me. I weigh 88 kilograms. My parents really discourage gym. What do I do? You go to the gym. Your parents should discourage you to go to the gym. Why?
Hey, let's definitely. I would. You're 17. I love that you're here. Also 6'5",
That's tall. That's
and I
tall.
love that you want to go to the gym. And I get that you're a high school kid, make your parents proud, or follow their, and you should follow their recommendation. I'm just confused on why the gym is a no-go for you.
I mean, letting you play sports.
Yeah, so definitely hit me back on that, would you?
I mean, you're going to be 18 years old here soon, man. And at that point, you're going to make your own decisions as a man. So, you know, if your parents don't like you going to the gym, you got to ask them why. You're like, you don't want me to be healthier, you don't want me to be stronger, you want me to live longer. Like these are questions I would ask, and the reason why, because I've never heard that. I mean, if you're playing sports, you're doing a physical activity anyway.
So let's go off of what we think of today and how people think in today's world. I'm going to assume that the parents think 17 is too young to lift weights, is what I'm going to assume is a possibility of just ignorance, not knowing. So it's after puberty, or the main push of puberty. So let me know. I want to get you in there. Also, you're 17 and you're doing. Don't worry about a little. You're growing still, my man. You're gonna say 6'5". You ain't done growing.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Jeff! If you see his question come up or his response to that, pull it in there.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, what's the longest you went without eating after a workout?
16 minutes.
That's so long.
Yeah, a minute too long.
Made it too long.
What about you, Johnny?
Me, I probably like an hour. That's bad. Usually I try to hit it within 30 minutes if I'm driving back from the gym. Usually, because I'm so prepared, I have a protein shake on me. So as soon as I walk out the door, I just open it, crack it, drink it, and then just throw it away. So, I mean, you know, try to prepare for your workouts. If you're not prepared, then at that point, you could probably stop at any gas station and get a protein shake. But if you're just eating Whole Foods or whatever it is, getting home, have it ready for you and eat it as soon as you get there.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody here is like me and Johnny, but yeah, I always eat right after the workout. Workout's done, get something in.
Oh, definitely. Your body's looking for nutrients to repair itself right away. It's working, so you would definitely want to fuel it right away. Yes,
Oh,
as you said, my parents think I'm too young to lift weights. They think I might hurt myself or something. I'll definitely join a gym once I'm 18, but for the 6 or 7 months in between, any advice? Yeah, push-ups, sit-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, dude. You can gain some muscle by doing those things. Yeah, you know you don't need the gym to gain muscle, especially at your age. Because even if you're fat right now, right, you could do a whole bunch of different things in your room. I mean, so you could listen, cardio is one aspect of things, right? But I don't think you need cardio because you're 17 years old, or maybe you do. I don't know. But if you're running for soccer, I think you would get cardio there. So all you have to do is do something to put some stress and put some things in the nervous system going to gain some muscle. And listen, man, there's a reason why some of those prison guys get as big as they do on the inside. You know, they're lifting weights, yeah, some of them, but some of the guys are in isolation where they're just doing push-ups and sit-ups. So at that point, listen, it's something where you can at least do your body weight and work up for the 6 or 7 months, and as soon as you hit the gym, you're ready to go.
Have your parents go back to that one. And have your parents email me. Also, just give them some basic studies on weightlifting for youth. And both of those will get you in the gym. I want you in the gym this week, my man. Start lifting. You're 17. Don't waste these developmental years.
Yeah.
So just let's get it going right now. There's nothing like weightlifting for your, mostly at 17. That's actually
I got a
late.
question. Most high schools have some sort of elective class to lift weights.
Yeah.
Most, not all, but most. So if there's a class you can maybe get where you can go in there and you can lift, that'd be even better. I mean, most high schools have some sort of gym. Most. There are some that I've seen that don't, but most of them do.
Yeah, get your butt going to the gym. Have them email me. We'll give them some info and then give them some little chat GPT. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of that. I want you in the gym by Monday. You're in. You're training power bodybuilding. Let's get some strength, size. Get rid of that little bit of stuff you do not like on the tummy, and continue kicking ass in soccer. 6'5", man. That's some long strides. Please tell me you're a forward at least for that, or the goalie.
Oh man! All right, this is a good one. I'm 20 years old and play professional baseball. I compromised 75% of my shoulder pitching last October. Tore my ligament, tendon, rotator cuff, and labrum. What peptides could I take to speed up recovery? BPC and TB 500, KPV. That's all in one mix that we have for a tight recovery package. That would be a good one. I mean, you're playing professional baseball, so you got to watch out now who you tell what you're doing there, because some of those things could be banned substances. Not as far as the peptides, I don't think, but maybe a testosterone or something like that. But that's what I would do. I mean, that's definitely what I would do, and rehab the hell out of it. I mean, you got to look at. I mean, this does look pretty bad, right? But there's worse things that could happen, and at that point, if you look at, and I know he's probably just he's an anomaly, but Shohei Ohtani has 2 Tommy John surgeries and goes and pitches and hits. So you come back from one. They always say you never come back from 2. And for him to go out there and do that, that just shows people that they can do it. But you got to get the recovery aspect down, and you got to make sure, sometimes if you're not built right, or you're built too strong in one place, it could do damage to when you're throwing too. So make sure, I'm sure as a professional baseball player, you're 20 years old, you probably are built pretty good, but just make sure you're building everything, your back, your arm, your shoulder. I mean, this is all going forward. So, depending on where your arm slot is too, as well, that could be compromising the shoulder. So look at those things.
All right. So what we try to do is we try to see if pro baseball bans a lot of the peptides. They only ban some.
Yeah.
The TB 500 and BPC obviously are some pluses for you. But again, they can test for those, and those are a couple that are banned from what you see.
Yeah, it says that they tend to ban
Categories.
rather than specifics.
Ooh, I like that. So they probably block
Growth hormone.
growth hormones.
Yeah, they don't want testosterone, growth hormone. They definitely don't want that stuff for sure.
So check to see if check to see if you can do BPC and TB 500.
We can definitely help you out with that too. We definitely help a lot of baseball players out, man. And your shoulder, you got to protect it even more, and you got to give it what it needs to go back to where it's going to be, or as best as it's going to be. Because at that point, if you keep throwing that shoulder, especially after it comes back like this, and you're not all the way healed, you're just going to have another injury.
Also, just congrats being 28, doing your playing a game as an adult, which is badass, man. That's how life should be lived. So congrats to you. Thanks for being here.
Thoughts on a carnivore diet? Pros, cons, Mike.
If you can stay with it, congratulations. Have fun with it. See how it works out for you. Johnny?
I mean, I eat carbs, so carnivore diet is not full with me. But could I eat just meat and some carbs here or there? Yeah, of course. I just don't. I wouldn't probably go all the way in with just meat. Whether it's clean carbs or I indulge in some French fries here or there, I'm gonna get some in. So I couldn't stick to a carnivore diet straight. But at that point, most of my meals it's carnivore, it's meat, one way or the other. So
Keep that there for a second.
I like adding some carbs in there a little bit, but some people have great, you hear success stories about almost every diet out there though, right? But I mean, I like carnivore for a couple reasons. I like carnivore over some of the other ones because, listen, you're a caveman. You're going back to caveman days. That's a carnivore diet. At that point, like if you can sustain on meat, I'm sure they did to a certain extent. But like I said, it's just not for me.
Yeah, I think it's a great one for everybody here today. The reason I answered the way I did is just because most people are not consistent. As unfortunate as that sounds to me, it's tough for somebody to stay on a diet. So if you find something, I don't care what it is. at least you're creating a habit for a moment, and then you'll find a diet that works for you. And so you want to do that? You want to be a vegan? I don't really care. Do whatever you want to. Just find the habits. Find the habits in this.
I like the
Being-
carnivore diet of all the other diets. I don't like vegan diet. I hate vegan diet. So carnivore is definitely the number one runner there. And then keto diet, right? Like eating massive amounts of butter and putting in your coffee. And dude, there's no way I would do that. So if I had to pick a diet, I think I would pick carnivore over all the rest of those diets, except for the regular diet that I'm on now, obviously.
I think you and me just pick dieting, or not dieting. We're just eating some carbs, protein, and fat.
Yeah. Come
Be
on,
careful
potato
about
right here.
trick, guys. Create the habit. Don't look for the trick. See what you can create.
All right.
Kobe.
How many calories do we weigh cooked rice or uncooked? And what's the difference as the food weigh does change what's most accurate way to weigh?
Stop making things so hard.
I know
Weigh
there's
it.
some apps out there. You could probably download one of those apps and they take a picture and tells you exactly what it is. I mean, I've seen them. I don't do it myself. I can kind of look it out and say, listen, this is like a cup of rice to me or half cup. And this has been doing it so long, but I mean, I don't know. I guess you weigh pre, right? Counting those calories like that.
You'd wait after. You just
Wait
half a cup after. Yeah, you cook rice. Take out a half a cup. There you go. Here's your meal. Have a nice day.
Yeah, Bobo, I got a band.
Ban Bobo.
Bobo. I feed my women a heavy dose of carnivore diet. Seems to enjoy.
In no world does he do that.
If you wanted to, though, Johnny, is there anything he could do or take that would help his carnivore activities?
Oh yeah, of course. So when we talk about what he's talking about, being an organic slinger of protein, then at that point, you can look at so many different things that we offer. Cupid's candy, like tadalafil or oxytocin, or PT-141, or we talk about Supermans or Ironmans, which are like sildenafil and arginine, or sildenafil and testosterone in some cases. I mean, there's a lot of different ways where we could make Bobo really perform the carnivore diet. True and blue.
Also, we'll get Johnny a question again, then jump back on the IG, see what they got for us.
What's the most underrated piece of advice you've ever gotten in your career that completely changed how you train? Most underrated.
The idea that you have to recover. That was the smartest and greatest thing I ever learned. That's it.
Oh, that's tough.
I realize that it seems like now the echo is coming out that we said 30 years ago. Now everybody's coming out going, well, you can't be always breaking your body down. So much exercise, so little food. It's like, really? You're getting older and you're not recovering every single day? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your big takeaway from the years of training? And also just being around these top tier people that come in to see you and talk to you about their protocol.
I mean, I guess consistency is one of the number one things. I mean, it sounds so easy, but I mean, that's definitely the one thing that I know is everybody is truly driven. That usually is a higher level person. And at that point, they're really, I don't know, meticulous in some aspects. And at that point, very driven and very consistent with what they're doing. Anybody that I know is successful is usually consistent in what they're doing. That's it. Like, that's the main thing I would think across the board. If you're not consistent, then at that point you're going to fall off and you're not going to keep moving forward. So, I mean, you can just start over. But I don't know. Consistency for me would be everything. From training, I guess, like, you got to eat to grow. And if you're not eating the proper foods, you're probably never going to go anywhere. And it sounds so simple, but it's not for a lot of people. TB 500, BPC 157 is better than just TB 500? Yes, absolutely. I mean, two different things as far as what they're doing in there for you, but they're all helping you heal. So you definitely want to use these two together. As far as they go, they're very synergistic and will definitely help expedite the result or repair. 9 months on tirzepatide, I lost 100 pounds. That's right. That's the power of GLPs, especially if you have the weight to lose. And congratulations on 100 pounds. That's a huge number. You lost a person almost. Dude. I mean, at that point, it's so. What do you weigh now? I guess. I mean, because at that point, are you still moving the needle? I mean, are you still going to stay on it? I've seen some people that get on this. This is crazy, and it's not just patients. It'll be like old friends or family members or whatever like that, and I've looked at them and they've been obese their whole life, and I just looked at this person's profile and I was like, oh my god, this person's like really like fit now, like and thin. I was like, this is crazy. So at that point, it's super cool if you use these things and you really need them, and you can turn it into a good lifestyle, which is great.
How's your skin? Let us know. 9 months, 100 pounds. Are you taking care of your skin, lotioning?
How to keep your mental health in check when you're depleted?
That's a good question.
I don't know, man. My ECAs, I'm pretty much can get me past that point, but it I don't know. You struggle. I mean, I've never, went all the way down that stage route, but at that point, like, I've depleted down, but I don't know. You just gotta find something that's gonna get you up. You know better than me, Mike, on this.
If you're depleted and you're dieted down and you're at low body fat, so that's going to be different than the person that is depleted, but they still have a lot of body fat on them. You should be okay if you're still carrying a lot and you're still depleting yourself to get down. But as soon as you lose that extra, it's tough. It's another one of those things. It's not much. It sucks. It's a mental fight. But again, I know it's there. I know it's happening. I know if there's an issue, it's most likely me. So just keep that in mind when you're depleted from food and you're depleted from training and everything on top of it.
Yep.
Great question, my friend. Sorry.
Is the peptide wave real? Absolutely. This peptide wave, it just didn't start now. The peptides have been around. I mean, we've been using them with patients, for over 12 years now, 13 years, because Semarelin's always been around. GHRPs were after that. And then we started getting to like BPC 157, TB 500, CJC 1295. Then we started getting dihexa. I mean, it's going to keep going. So the wave is just starting right now. It's not even near the peak of where it's going to be. Have you noticed that fitness is more popular now than ever? Is it just because of social media or genuine understanding that fitness offers benefits?
Oh, I think it's just social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not popular in society. It's just more visual appealing on social media. You're going to look at somebody's abs or a hot chick's good body online.
Yep.
Still in the woodworks, or actually there's so much information. You get the other side of today's world going, oh, just because you're in shape doesn't mean you're healthy. Well, kind of does. There's a majority. I'll take the guy in shape over the 400-pound dude.
I'd probably pick the guys in shape most of the time.
But 80s and 90s, it was a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
Movies, people, celebrities, everybody was health and fitness. The government was health and fitness. The schools were health and fitness. And we've lost government. We've lost schools. We've lost the bullyingness to call out, I don't know, what is it, body shaming or whatever it is. It's like, you're 300 pounds. I'm glad you're happy with that, but that's not healthy. we've lost that, and we've lost the ability to do that, because if you do that, then you're a bad person. Yeah, actually, you're a good person because you're telling the person their decisions,
Right.
how they're living, are all bad choices. So,
Yeah.
I hear you, my
agree.
man. It's
I agree.
popular because of the visual of it.
Yeah.
And it's easy to become famous with a good body on social media.
Yep. I mean, you're attractive, right? It's the oldest form of currency. So as we talked about many times, like it just is what it is. And at that point, like the fitness industry is just one aspect of things. I think that people are moving towards that now. And I believe that in the future, it will be the rave. It might not be genuine across the board as far as mental like it was in the 80s and 90s, but I think with some of these GLPs and some of these new drugs coming out, you're going to see the next generation of people probably be the most fittest that they've ever been and healthiest. I mean, there's just so much stuff that's coming out where people, they really don't have to do anything, or they won't have to do anything to a certain extent, and they'll be able to become fit looking, and they'll be able to be healthy inside by the blood markers, but they're still not into it, if that makes any sense. Like if a person doesn't change their diet, doesn't change their lifestyle at all, doesn't work out, but can still lose a massive amount of weight and look the part, it's not going to move them to do anything. I don't know. Like I said, it's a love-hate relationship.
I think something I left out on that was everybody that was doing the body positive, even for the fat people, all the celebrities that were fat saying body positive. As soon as something came out,
Yep.
it could make them change.
Yep,
They
they
instantly go, I'm getting skinny.
Yep. Yep.
It's like,
Oh, my doctor recommended this or told me I needed this, so that's
you
why I
said
took
you
it.
were okay. I thought you said you were okay. Why'd you?
Yeah.
Hypocrites.
That's what I'm saying. They're all hypocrites, but whether they like it or not, they can do it now. So before it wasn't like that. You actually had to go put the work in. Even if you had certain things like testosterone or whatever it was, you still got to go put the work in. You had to eat right. And now it's just like, you don't need to do any of this because I'm just going to take my shot a week. And at that point, that's going to do most of the work as far as me not gaining any weight. It's crazy. Did you see the show, The Beauty? Okay, you need to watch this show. This show just came out. It's on Hulu, whatever. And it has Ashton Kutcher. He's one of the main characters. But in the series, it's about this experimental drug that you take one shot, and then it turns you into the best version of yourself, the most beautiful version, structurally, aesthetically pleasing, live for the longest. Like, it's crazy. So, but I believe like we're gonna get to that point where there's gonna be something that's going to be able to do something like that for people.
Wait a minute. I think Divinity. Hey guys, there's a movie out right now. You can watch that on Prime or Apple TV called Divinity.
Yeah.
And they talk about taking a little potion and becoming the ultimate you.
Oh yeah, there was another one for sure.
Check it out. There's somebody in there. I can't think of the names right now, but yeah,
It
check it
looks
out.
kind of like you though, doesn't he?
Yeah, not really. Not really. He was handsome and good looking and jacked. So and a fancy car.
Yes. It says, hi, love your videos. Best schedule for women in early 40s to build muscle. Lift heavy every 48 hours. I was told. Thoughts?
I like that. 48 hours. Yeah, you'll find what works for you. But you're over 40. Definitely know this. As a woman, you need lifting more than guys because of bone density.
Yep.
So that's something just for you over the next 30, 40 years will pay dividends if you start today. And then the 48 hours, I'm not sure what the reason for that, but you're a mother, if you're a mom and you're busy, yeah, every other day is great for you to work out.
Get your hormones tested too. At 40s, those hormones are on the decline, and you can even counterbalance the osteoporosis portion. What happens to women if you have low testosterone? You can fix that. Make sure that's good too as well.
Go back to that for 1 second, just for everybody here. I think her question really plays to everybody, even IG. I understand that if we say check your blood work, that may seem as though it should be a guy thing. It's for women. Your hormones, especially as you get older and stuff, make sure just check them. Just check them. I come from a family of 10, and I'll tell you, man, uh, my sisters all got blood work done and stuff, and they've caught things so early. It's amazing. And so, just from my personal choice, I say for the women, and I make sure that baby mama gets blood work done. She's on point. There's a lot of things besides just being healthy and getting in shape. You should check. Great point, John. Nice job.
Absolutely. Ooh. What's we got?
He found something good. Give him 1 second here.
Yeah, no problems.
John might know this.
Why do you think certain cities like Miami are so focused on fitness compared to other cities? It's because it's the warm, hot spot. People are more vain there. That's what it is. I mean, if you go to Arizona, it's going to be the exact same thing. Usually, if you go to warm places like that, right, you're going to find, even in Tampa, I mean, it's the same thing. In the whole state of Florida, that's how it is, right? People are pretty vain, or people are more health conscious, however you want to spin it, and they want to have good bodies and they want to look good. So, this is something, and this is the differentiator. When I grew up north, it wasn't really like that. Because you might get 3 good months where it's really warm, where you could wear shorts or tank tops or girls' skirts, whatever it is. Your majority of people are going to be buttoning up most of the year. You're going to be in coats, you're going to be in sweatshirts, you're going to be in pants. So what happens is you start gaining weight like that, and then you start shedding it off for summer, and then boom, you're back to the hibernation point. That's the difference. Here, you go outside, you can wear whatever you want. You wear a t-shirt, tank top. I mean, the world is yours. So if you're wearing less skimpy clothes or less clothes because it's so hot, you're going to probably want to look good, because if not, you can't cover your belly with a jacket or anything, because you're going outside in Florida and you'll sweat your butt off. So I think that's the difference. When you go to like Vegas they're more vain cities. And at that point, you're going to see more vain people. So, aesthetics is going to be the higher note.
John just said Vegas and Florida are more vain people. Man, that hurt me.
Why? Or California? I left out California?
You want to go with a different word. It's so toxic.
Toxic. Yeah, a little masculinity there. Listen, it is true though. I mean, it's true. Like, you go to those cities, like you go to Miami, especially, it's gonna be all models.
I'd say pride. Pride is a good word. I like that. Not vain, pride. They want to be in shape. I grew up in the 70s and 80s in Washington State, man, and it just seemed like everybody was in shape. And we get rained every day and so on, but it's like, pop that top. Jeez.
It's just not like that. You go to Chicago, like, that's why you see most of the bodybuilders, they live in Florida. A lot of them, or Vegas, or you know what I'm saying? They're living in these hot spots.
Lately?
Huh?
Go to Minnesota. Oof. Oof. Cattle.
I don't want to go to Minnesota.
Cattle.
I don't got nothing in Minnesota that's calling me at all. The weather's maybe the Mall of America. Isn't that in Minnesota?
Body weight or the fattest cities or states? I'm curious, because Midwest would be something that we've always said. Midwest seems like they're a little heftier.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
I'm going to say Texas are probably pretty good shape.
You think so?
I think so. I think Midwest,
like Alabama or something like that.
Number 1, McAllen, Texas.
The big boy.
I know.
I told you, everything's bigger in Texas, Mike.
Number 2, Arkansas.
Told you, like Alabama, Arkansas,
Tennessee,
little fat states,
Georgia.
Why is it all
chubby
southern?
states.
They eat.
They're doing them barbecues.
Yeah, that good food.
Right.
Only have the GLPs.
Who's in the best shapes? Florida?
Yeah.
I just got to be Florida,
We got to be
right?
number 1.
California, there's such a large.
California's a good one though too. Like, a lot of people out there are very
What do you got?
conscious about the way they look. I won't say
Right?
vain.
Okay.
Completely off. Number 1, Colorado.
Wow.
2, Hawaii.
Okay.
Okay.
3,
I can see
Wow,
that.
that's crazy.
3, Massachusetts.
Okay.
4, California. 5, New York. 6, Washington. 7, Vermont. 8, Utah. 9, New Jersey. 10, New Hampshire.
I'm so lost.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mike was expecting that.
Colorado and Hawaii have number 1 because everybody there hikes, surf,
Ah.
cycles, skiing, outdoor lifestyle.
Outdoors, they're moving.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Colorado's got, I mean, think about it, Vail and everything like that. You got some pretty like high up people in Colorado.
Think
too.
about the carbohydrate intake in Hawaii, and they're still up there.
Wow.
Think about all that kind of cooking, the Hawaiian food, the pineapples, and geez Louise, and they're still moving and grooving. I love that. Good for them.
Warm states usually move more. Cold states usually move less.
Keep this in mind, though. These obesity rates, even though they're the lowest, they're not good.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, I know that.
Yeah.
I heard something about that. We are actually, on average, fatter than pigs now.
It's still not 27% obesity rate.
27
Yeah, it's still
obese.
for the least. Yeah.
I don't even want to know what overweight is. I bet you overweight is over 50%.
Oh, it's like 60, 70%. I just looked that up like probably about 2 months ago. It's like 60, 70% right now. That's what I'm saying. It's scary, Mike.
Obese
40% obese
in Mississippi.
in Mississippi. All right, here we go. We got a good one for Big Johnny.
Turning 45 this summer. Thoughts of getting on TRT. Retired Army Ranger. Always been athletic and fit. Hurts now. Yeah, man. Well, listen, we appreciate your service, and you're probably airborne, so we appreciate that. 45, man. I'm 45, so you can still do it. And honestly, it's probably that time. You know, as you're getting older, automatically that's going to lower 1% after 30. And being an Army Ranger, I'm sure you've got hit in the head maybe once or twice. It's something to at least look at through blood and then make an educated decision. If it's lower on the lower end, definitely. And it will definitely improve a lot of these different things that maybe you're going through. So, and for recovery and everything like that, that's where peptides can come in, like BPC 157 and TB 500 and a couple other ones, where it can definitely help some of those different things that maybe you're having some pain with. So I would definitely look at it, and we can help you out nationwide.
Thank you for serving, Ranger. Badass, man. Badass.
Yep.
Get the blood work done for the T. And then I work with a lot of SEALs and Rangers, and you guys are beat up.
Oh, yeah.
And just check, like Johnny was saying, BP, TB 500 for your ligaments and joints, and the pounding that you've done. Because I know like 45 is like a 60-year-old man, right? It's like you guys trash your bodies. Again, thank you. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for helping everything you've done for the United States of America.
Rock. I got my Army green on today, actually.
Nice.
With some sort of green for St. Patty's Day. It's St. Patty's Day, so I'm like, I need some luck of the Irish today.
Side note here about the obesity.
Okay.
The most obese European country is just about on par with the least obese city in America.
So the most out of shape European country is still
Just about
just the same as our best United States city or state.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It just kind of shows you that America, with their health and this craziness,
Our food companies, everybody has let us down.
do better. Do better. We don't need to be told what to eat. You already know what's good and what's bad. Yeah, you don't need a food chart to tell you that. Your cereals. Yeah. Anyways, go for it. Johnny. Got another one, Jeffrey.
Just take Clo. Don't need Test or IPA if you use GH. Yeah, but here's the difference, Dave or David. Because GH is definitely a good, right? Growth hormone is definitely going to do the thing. But the problem with growth hormone is this: a lot of people still can't even time what they need right. And let me tell you, if you take growth hormone wrong, you're going to be going down a negative path. When we talk about growth hormone, it's going to raise sugar levels possibly. And if you're eating right afterwards, it's probably going to be a bad thing. Also, with extended growth hormone, if you're going to get on it, you're going to probably stay on it. And at that point, if you stay on it long term and you get off, your levels are probably going to come down. Obviously, I think there's better ways to stimulate your natural pituitary. And at the price point for real growth hormone compared to the peptides, you're going to save a ton of money doing it. Now, if you're set just on GH, then at that point, you can do what you need to do. But I'm telling you that if you use it wrong, you're going to get negative things. I mean, it can make you pre-diabetic or diabetes type 2. So just be careful if you're taking these things and know how to use them if you are going to take them. That's the key. And that's all about eating and timing and everything like that. So
Thanks, David. Appreciate your input. Yeah, Tesmarelin, no side effects. GH. Ooh,
yeah,
have a good day.
It will raise your growth hormone levels for sure, but you're using synthetic growth hormone to do it. You're obviously going to short your pituitary down to a certain extent. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't do it if there's better options on the table, and then it's going to be financially better for you too as well.
Why do you think that? Why is 5Gs for GH considered expensive?
That's expensive.
David doesn't think so.
Oh man, well, he's not getting real growth hormone then. He's probably getting the gray tops or the yellow tops or whatever from China.
John,
Yeah, if you get the $200 kit from your boy or whoever from online, that's one thing. But if you're getting like real omnitrope or real growth hormone, I mean, from like let's say CVS or Walgreens and a commercial product, it's going to be expensive. I mean, one of those vials, like a 5.8 milligram of omnitrope, would cost me at like clinic range probably around $440. You're going to probably need at least 4 to 5 of those vials for the month, maybe a little bit more depending on what's going on. But that's my price. I get a discount. A price from the pharmacy, you're going to probably pay like almost like $1,000. I mean, maybe per vial you'll pay like 6 or 7, I guess. But 7 vials times, yeah, I mean 5. I mean, you're talking about like $3,500 right there.
Jeffrey, what do you got for us?
Let's see what we got.
What we got, Jeff?
Let's see what we got. Whoa, don't let Mike leave.
Yeah, don't let me do it. I got bad eyesight. I'll keep putting up Bobo posts.
What do you think about Mike Metzer's philosophy, specifically for naturals?
Arthur Jones, you mean?
Yeah.
Right? I'm assuming that's who you meant. The train, a set or two. I'm not a fan.
Didn't Metzer go just to failure though? Wasn't that like his philosophy?
Arthur Jones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I always see Mike Metzer along with that. It's just crazy.
Well, Arthur, remember he just learned from.
Right. It's just passing that knowledge.
Yeah. He took that knowledge and then he, played with it and then said it's his kind of thing, which is great.
Yeah.
It's great.
All right. Hey, Mike.
I think any kind of lifting should be done so you could do it for your whole life, not for a portion of time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only thing I'd make sure to watch out for.
I agree. Hey, Mike, I'm 20 and I've lost over 80 pounds. My issues, my gyno has not gone away at all. I'm around 12% body fat with really puffy gyno in the chest area. Is surgery really my only option? Thanks. So, congratulations on 80 pounds. And this is not something that's uncommon, right? So, to really be truly diagnosed with gynecomastia, I would go into the doctor. If you've been diagnosed with gynecomastia, unfortunately, there's only one thing that's going to get rid of it, and that's going to probably be surgery. This is something that happens to a lot of people in one way or the other, whether it's from pubescence or at that point you've got it from androgens or whatever's went on or other medications or foods, I guess. But at that point, you've grown tissue and this tissue needs to get cut out. It's not going to go away. A lot of people say, oh, it's got chest fat, but it's really gynecomastia. So at that point, get it cut out, go to somebody that's pretty good to do it, and then your chest is always going to look good, right? Like it'll look a lot better than what it does gyno. I know like self-confidence plays a role into this too, like wearing different shirts or even trying to take the shirt off in some instances. You know, I've seen a lot of people go through this. So at that point, like if it's messing with your head or anything like that, get the surgery done. You'll never have to worry about it again.
The only question I would have is this before you kiddo. A lot of kids, a lot of guys, sorry, going through puberty get gyno, and it is different than an anabolic gyno. So my only thing would be if it is just from puberty and it's still there, you're still young. It will go away. But if you've done something, any kind of chemicals like PEDs and stuff, then no, that's there, and you'll have to get that removed. So
you can feel, you know, if you got gyno one way or the other. I mean, I've definitely seen it. And you can like as soon as you're pressing the nipple,
12% body fat.
Huh?
That's pretty good. 12% body fat's
No,
low.
that's what I'm saying. Like usually you would lose, like if you have like if it's fat on your chest, you would lose it along with it, right? At 12%. You know what a 12% looks like to a certain degree. At that point, it's still not going to be a lot of like just fat chest, and then lower half is like getting it like almost diced up, almost to a certain degree. Like it doesn't happen like that. Is your nipples, are they out? Is that what it is, or is it like side twists, like the side nipples? I mean, there's a couple different ways, but listen, if you feel in there and you feel like a ball in there or anything like that, then it's kind of comastia. If you're not feeling anything like a ball like that, it might just be tissue. I mean, I would go to a doctor and get it looked at just to make sure. Best workout to get abs. I don't know. There's a couple different ways. I think, you know, leg lifts, crunches, the Russian twists. There's a couple different things. You know, I like to do scissor kicks. I think a combination of all these mountain climbers, those are good ones. I mean, I would work a couple different variations of those exercises, and I think you'd be good to go.
I love decline sit-ups because there's some great lower back coming into play as well. If you don't just flop, and then hanging leg raises, I think is amazing. I think those two bad boys, and they got a snowball effect of other things coming into play that will help you out besides just getting great abs.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some of the definitely goes to. I can't even speak. You up, Johnny?
Huh? I'm up. All right.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a training cycle for lower body using only squats and deadlifts? What was your target set and rep range and frequency for the week? How long did you run it?
12 weeks. It always plays in that range of 7 sets, and you're playing with that small below 5 rep range, 7 sets, and then you just keep doing the volume over those 12 weeks. And yes, I have just done those. And you usually do that on a powerlifting program, and then I would just drop the secondaries. Yeah, it's great. You want to get that focus on the strength.
Oh, the man, the myth, the legend, Jimmy Bluff. Let's go.
This guy right here is the medicine man.
Magic hands.
Gift. He's got the magic hand. Oh, do you have Joseph's number 2? Ben Arnoldson? I think he messaged me, and I was going to tell him to go to Jimmy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Jimmy, I'm going to send you over Joseph, Arnold's son.
He needs some magic.
He needs some magic. He's competing in 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is great because it's a natural show, too. So it's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That will get some people talking, won't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Here comes the natty or not videos. I don't know. You're the offspring of the most genetic gifted human that's walked the planet. There's no way that's real. That's definitely gassed. Can't look like that.
Oh, man. Compressed median nerve in my left arm. Annoying, not painful. Push through it or let it heal. I would definitely keep working it. Maybe not crazy, but if you're feeling pain, let off. But I would definitely work through it a little bit for sure.
Yeah, nerves. That's a tough one, man. If you pinch something, don't play with nerves.
How have you kept mentally strong enough to keep the willpower to keep training as long as you have?
Oh, habit.
Habit, yeah. That's definitely
Just
for
habit.
me. Mentality. I mean, mentality is I want to go do it. There's never. It's not like I have to go do this or man, it sucks. Yeah, it's like I want to go do it. And if I don't get to do it, it's the opposite. I'm like, damn, man, I should have got it in today. I don't know what. Like I'm gonna definitely make sure I get in tomorrow. I mean, that's the power. I mean, the power is like, listen, like, who do you want to be? What do you want to be? And at that point, if you want it that bad, you're gonna go get it, and that's the power. That's your motivation.
Parents out here, I would create the habit with your youngsters. That's why I got lucky.
Yep.
It's not a debate. It's not a thing that goes on in the mind. You just get up and go,
Yep.
which is cool. And we did a video a couple weeks back, and the interviewer was trying to get what did they call it? The mantra. What's your go-to line to get you motivated on days you don't want to go? And I'm like, I don't know what that is. I just go.
Audio books or music when we're working out. I like music. There's actually studies on music and what it can do for your workouts. So check it out because it's pretty cool. So if you can use music to motivate, and music does motivate, at that point I would use music. I've had better lifts sometimes with music than without. Audiobooks, I think it's just you're concentrating on something else. When you're working out and you're using music, you're not focused on I mean, you could sing the lyrics, I guess, if you're not really into it, but most people are listening to it and driving them. And at that point, they're getting really intense because of the music. So, that's something that I would use. Audiobooks is not something I would do. Unless maybe you're doing cardio and you're just up there and doing cardio, and then you can listen to your audiobook or you can read your book. I've seen people in the gym reading books, and they're like, they're stepping it up, man, sweating like crazy and just reading the same. I would get sick doing that. I would get a headache. What's the best dosing strategy for the Wolverine stack? I've got some beat up shoulders and elbows from many years of lifting heavy. They're now barking pretty loud. I'm considering the peptide stack, but I have no clue on how to use it. That's why you guys come to Tight Medical Center, or you guys use us nationwide. We're here for medical support. We're going to tell you how much to do. We're going to tell you what to do. There's no guessing games. You know what you're going to get. So that would be it, Will. I would definitely call Tight Medical Center, 727-389-3220, and ask for the Wolverine stack. And we've got something beyond that, too, as well. And we'll talk about everything for you. We'll go through the whole process. You'll be medically monitored. There's going to be a provider that talks to you. So at that point, it's something that is very valuable for you because you're not going to be playing a guessing game. You're not going to go online asking questions on how to use this like a lot of people do. And at that point, you might be getting bad information.
I think it's a great question for everybody here. Just understand that get your blood work done, talk to your provider at Titan Medical, and then they're going to give you their suggestion. You go through and do your thing and check back in with them. All these questions about how much to do, that's going to be taken care of in that conversation. Also, they're going to have the blood work there with you, and you'll be able to see this, and you'll understand this better because of every individual is different, your blood work, what's going on. So I think it's a great question for everybody. If you don't know how much to take or anything like that, do not stress. That's what John does. This is what his team does, and helps you get to what's optimal for you as the individual.
Yep.
And on that note, Johnny, thanks for hanging out today.
I appreciate it, man. Our special for the week is pretty cool this week. I should probably mention this. So it's Patient Appreciation Week at Tight Medical Center. So there's discounts across the board on all therapies or whatever your therapy may be. So if you guys want to find out what that discount is, call or text 727-389-3220. If you're a new patient that's wanting to come aboard and use peptides or anything like that, give us a call. We'll talk about everything with you, okay?
There we go. Thank you, Johnny. Andreas.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir.
I'll talk soon, boys.
All right. Later, bro.
Thanks for hanging out today, guys. Again, jump on over to Titan Medical. They're the ones to talk to about this. And if you don't know, like most of the companies online that we're selling stuff are shut down. So the great thing with John's Place is you're getting the real stuff.
Yeah.
You're getting the help on how to take it, and you're getting your blood work done so you can stay in this and stay healthy for a lifetime, which should be the ultimate goal. But if you're young, you're still focused on fame, money, and just looking good. Great. No disrespect there. That's a good thing. But also think about you in the future and not hurting your body by doing stupid stuff when you're young. Clip it, post it, do your thing to it, and get your natty or not videos ready for Joseph. Bye, guys.